Davy, look at it going. Blink, blink, blink. Blink, blink, blink.
Watch out, till it won't be a blinking lighthouse anymore. I told you, sir, you were far too blinking close to that blinking lighthouse. Now how we're going to get home without him noticing?
Don't worry, Chiefy. I'll send a signal to old Thundergust to put a candle in his window. I'll navigate by that.
It's the craziest crew afloat in the Navy lot. Right, now let's give Lieutenant Fanshawe a rest from navigating for a spell and let the engine driver do it.
Gosh, how clever of British Rail.
What is, Mr. Fanshawe?
The way they found a path in between the telegraph poles on that side of the train and the trees on this side so they could put their tracks down.
Positively brilliant.
I'm glad you agree, sir. And they do say that if you can move your eyes from left to right quickly enough to count the telegraph poles flashing by, you can work out the speed the train is going. Give or take a pole, that is.
Then why don't you keep on counting them and shut up?
And what happens if there aren't any telegraph poles flashing by for you or the driver to count?
Well, that's very obvious, sir. That means the train has stopped.
Ransom Select Multi-Filter Mild. A blend of selected Virginia tobaccos with a flavor balance unique to Ransom Select. The exclusive multi-filter with activated charcoal affords a smoke that is smooth, mild, and satisfying. Ransom Select, the world's first multi-filter king-size cigarette.
At Philips, they test the colours of each TV set they make, and they do it just by looking at the white. Really, you see, white light is a perfect blend of all colours, so when the white's okay, of course the colours look natural. They've even got a meter to test the whiteness. It's their own invention, and they use this meter on every single colour TV set that Philips produce. But only the whitest white will pass inspection. The result, pure natural colours.
Philips, the natural colour system.
Test it yourself.
Captain Purvey, how much longer before this train reaches Waterloo?
Another 58 minutes.
Right, that's it. It's too long. I can't stand another 58 minutes of this twit counting telegraph poles to the right and trees to the left.
So what are you going to do then? Jump onto the lines and walk?
With him, it won't stop at telegraph poles. He'll probably be counting the lampposts on the pavements to work out the speed of the taxi, all the way from the station to the Ministry of Defence at Whitehall.
And all the time, the NIT doesn't seem to realize that all our careers are at stake, and all due to him.
All right, then. All right. Just tell me why. Come on, I'm waiting. Why?
It's your navigation, of course.
Well, it's jolly easy for you to talk. It's not so easy out there at sea when there aren't any lampposts or telegraph poles to tell you how fast the ship's going.
You hit so many things in your time, the reason for this meeting could be any one of them.
I think his last little epic was the cause of our train journey, and presumably our dismissal from the service, sir.
Oh, you mean the saga of the Admiral's barge?
That was his fault. I docked perfectly. But how was Fearless Freddy to know that the Admiral for Font Britax had thoughtlessly abandoned his little boat, his little floatabout, in our berth before I parked there as usual? Ridiculous.
What piled agony upon agony was that the Admiral's best uniform, with all that glowing brass on the sleeves, was still in it when you bashed it.
And I shall never forget how he cried as he watched all that driftwood that was once his best launch floating away down the harbour and out into the Solent.
What piled agony upon agony was that his best uniform...
You said that before, so why repeat yourself? You know I saved that with a boat hook, didn't I now?
Oh, yes, you did indeed.
Well, I shall be treated like a hero and not a slob.
But after it had been dried out in the boiler room, I remember the Admiral remarking that the only blasted sailor his suit would ever fit again was Donald Duck.
Yes, Mr. Fanshawe. Thanks to you, we'd all be in Civvy Street after our interview with Admiral of the Fleet, Sir Hamish Percival.
Yes, you speak first before I disclose who I am.
It's your secretary, Admiral, Sub-Lieutenant Fanshawe, Commander Hardy, and Captain Fulvale to see you, Admiral. If you're available, Admiral Percival.
Well, send them in.
Straight away, Admiral.
This way to the Admiral.
Thank you, Val.
Of course, Vale.
Very kind of Vale.
Not at all, Vale.
Don't get out of there. Thank you for getting here so promptly.
We were lucky with the traffic, sir. Our taxi was able to do 4,000 lampposts an hour.
Is he using code?
No, sir, that's just him.
Admiral, I'd like to make it perfectly clear that I had absolutely nothing to do with it.
No, not another word, Captain. You should know better than that. Walls have ears. Close the soundproof door.
Admiral, I really
There's
must...
not a chance, Purdy. You should have thought of that before. Now, that door's got a time lock on it.
But,
Quiet, man. Loose lips sink ships, you know. You might let something go in an unguarded moment.
Sir, if we may get down to the nitty-gritty, we're sort of in the dark.
Oh, no, we're not, but we should be. Good man. I'll close the Venetian blinds. Oh, who's that? I warned you, I'm armed.
It's all right, sir. It was only Mr. Fanshawe. He's afraid of the dark.
Aren't we all? So, in case you're mystified, gentlemen, I'm only taking these precautions in your own interests. You see, I hate to admit it, but I may be bagged.
Oh, nasty.
Really, Admiral, I must point out that all this has nothing to do with me.
Oh, yes, it has. We're all in this together. Please remember, every minute careless talk might drop us in it.
What's he opening that cupboard door for and getting out his vacuum cleaner?
Perhaps we brought something in with us in our shoes, sir.
Well, there's no tar off the road on mine.
Well, we should be safe now.
Pardon, sir?
I said we should be safe now. If there is a commie with headphones on listening to us, this racket will blow his head off, you know.
Well, it's not doing mine much good, and I'm a happily married man.
What? What was that?
I said that I was
Darn this thing. The noise of that darn thing drives me up the confounded wall. Sometimes I regret that I'm head of naval intelligence.
I beg your pardon, sir. Head of what?
The vacuum cleaner's off. I've already warned you that I and this office may be bagged.
I should have thought you'd have found out by now.
Ah! Don't you realize that every word we utter could be overheard by them? And even if we go and wash our hands, we must remember that down every plug hole is an enemy lug hole.
But, sir, supposing there isn't an enemy lug hole at the end of your plug hole, then they wouldn't overhear it, they'd underhear it. No? Between hear it?
No. De-hear it.
No, sub-hear it.
Oh, surely it's anti-hearing.
Oh, never mind. We must get on. Now then, you are to be sent on a highly secret mission.
You see, sir, our careers aren't at stake. We're being sent on a secret mission.
Keep your fingers crossed. That may mean exactly the same thing in the long run.
Now listen. This concerns HGM Mark V.
HGM Mark V?
The Hum-Grummet Missile Mark V. Now, the radio-controlled Hum-Grummet Missile Mark V, the prototype, the only one in existence, has been stolen by Astracanian agents. In an unknown number of days' time, 5 Royal Naval ships will be sailing on a goodwill trip to Bermuda, but not necessarily in that order.
Yes, I can see it all up to now.
Good man. Now, at some point, one ship, which I shan't tell you because it's highly secret. Besides, I don't know which one it is myself. It hasn't been chosen yet, you see. But one of these ships will open their secret orders, leave the Goodwill mission, and head towards Astracania to retrieve the Hum-Grummet Missile Mark V. I trust the importance of this mission is not unapparent to you all.
Well, if he doesn't know, why the Donald Duck is he telling us all about it?
is the Ministry of Defence. Admiral Potter Jenkins speaking.
Excuse me, sir, but I really must...
Well, if you must, you must, but don't bother me about it. I've an urgent planning meeting with Bonzo Warris. Good luck. My word, Bonzo, I beat him at his own game there. Yes, I got in before he could tell me his name.
Oh.
Now then, as I see it, Bonzo, the time has come for us to make a final decision.
Time? Oh, 12:15.
Do you agree with me that the easiest way out to decide which member of the flotilla goes to Astracalia instead of Bermuda is to put the names of each ship into a hat and draw out the winner?
Oh, yes. Nice game, yes. I've written all the little names on little papers. They're there in your Admiral's hat.
Yes, a good idea, yes.
Right,
Yes,
now
yes.
I'll hold it for you.
Good lad. Now, I take this folded paper from the hat.
Yes.
I open it and... Oh, dear. Which ship do you think it is, Bob?
Oh, the Mousetrap.
We haven't got a ship called the Mousetrap, Deville.
Oh.
No. That's a play. It's been running for 24 years.
Really? Oh, well, I haven't met anybody who's seen it yet.
No. This name of this ship is that ghastly, derelict, waterlogged heap of old iron called Troutbridge. I wonder if I dare put it back in the hat and have another go.
Oh, no, don't do that. Mousetrap or Troutbridge, what's the difference?
No, I suppose we couldn't do that. It would be cheating, wouldn't
Oh, yes, well, according to my wife, the world's longest bicycle is 31 feet 4 inches long and needs 14 people to ride it.
Yes, so we agree that... Troutbridge is the ship that will recover the HGM Mark V.
My word, that Mr. Chaplin was highly amusing in his film, The Gold Rush, eh? The way he ate his boots, starting with the laces, like spaghetti.
Bonzo! You never listen to a blithering word I ever blithering well say.
Well, why blithering should I? You never listen to a blithering word I ever blithering will say.
Well, why should I? You never say a blithering word worth listening to anyway.
Well, neither do you.
That goes for you, too.
And all your words wash over me. Wash.
At least I do talk about the Navy, about ships and waves. Not that ghastly rubbish about films you saw when you were still in your knickerbockers. That would have been a pretty sight, too, I may tell you.
Yes.
And that's all you can talk about all the time.
Time?
Yes.
10 to 12. Time for our club lunch. Now, come
Bonzo,
along.
we can't go until we settle which ship leaves the Goodwill mission to Bermuda.
Oh, well, they'll all be in the soup anyway.
Right. So that's settled then.
Yes. Troutbridge picks up the Humgrummet missile.
Dear Lackadelly Tipsy, Linky Louis the Teer, the Delly Tipsy, wat goeie matige.
Vir 'n gurige koppie tee, supergehalte Tellytips Linky Louis teesakkies.
An industrialist's winter nightmare.
Please, engine, start. I'm sorry you spent the cold night without Castrol antifreeze.
Save starting time, prevent costly damage. Use Castrol antifreeze so your engines sleep warm.
Now, don't forget, Mr. Fanshawe, for the sake of men's lib, whenever the girls come back from, well, wherever they've gone to, that this Chinese meal between Rietekins and you and Ren Samanthikins may be our last supper together.
Crafty. You know jolly well that of all the ships in the flotilla going to Bermuda, they'll never pick Troutbridge to rescue the Humgrummet Mark V.
We know that, but they don't. The element of imminent danger, plus the loss of their loved ones' lives, may restore a little of the lady's respect in our manhood.
Look out, come on, Hardy, sir. Here they come.
Sub-Lieutenant Fanshawe.
Yes.
Freddie.
Yes?
I think that for this evening we can dispense with formalities. You needn't call me Commander Hardy.
You mean I can call you Mr. Hardy?
Well, even more than that. You can call me David. Now, if you and I play our cards right, lay it on thick, the blood, the sweat and tears, I mean, you and I know it's not going to happen. But the knowledge of the danger that you and I one day may meet won't do them any harm.
The door of where we don't know the ladies have been has just opened and they're coming out.
Pretend to be talking to me.
Well, I am.
Then pretend harder.
Oh, all right. Talk on me to be talking away.
We'll never swaddle a wall zip tie.
Oh, golly, you must be frightened still.
Really?
Until I thought, if Harvey Smith can do it, so can I. And Bouncing Betty and I sailed over.
Oh, how exciting. You won.
Well, not quite. But we did come in 18th. Oh, there are the boys. We mustn't keep them waiting.
Well, there you are. I didn't notice you come in.
That's because I was busy pretending to talk to him.
Yes, quite fast. This is our table over here, I think. Waiter.
So, good evening. Would you please the naval party?
Yes, I suppose. I suppose we are.
Waiter number 2, over here. So, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Well, right, everyone. It's on me. Don't stint yourself. Goodness knows when, two of us, with luck, will ever eat again. Well, now then, what's everyone going to have? I think I shall go for the fried beef with tomato sauce.
Oh, it just doesn't seem possible. But here we are, all dressed up. You, Rita, Freddie, and I, sitting round a table in a Chinese restaurant, selecting a meal, knowing that tomorrow, Commander Hardy and Freddie will be facing heaven knows what peril.
Well, if you're in the Navy, it's all in a day's work.
Well, I wouldn't be in your shoes. The Astracania Navy are pretty powerful, you know. They won't let go of the radio-controlled HMG Mark V lightly. If they spot you, there'll be a bomb and bullets and shells everywhere.
I think I'll have the special chop suey with them.
Oh, I'd hate to risk my life under a constant hail of death charges, mines, and pom-pom guns ripping through the thin steel of your ship and human flesh.
And the ocean of fair web.
Oh, to see the decks awash with broken bones and gore. Oh, I can't tell you how proud I am that my latest boyfriend is going out to face all that.
Sir. Mr. Panchall, sir, you're supposed to be navigating, sir.
Don't bother me now, chaps. I've got problems of my own. When I took my new tube of toothpaste out of its cardboard box this morning, I couldn't use it.
Aye? Why not, sir?
There were no instructions inside.
Sure, but it's marvellous, really.
Be that as it may, there is a navigation to do, and you are the navigation officer.
Oh, all right. Now, as I see it, that is the Astracanian coast. 5 miles ahead, there's the Crow Walks.
Walks? One thought that crows didn't patter about on their little trotters. One thought that they flew.
Well, normally, yes, but I'm allowed for that. Such a nice day, he might have decided to walk.
Yeah, but... Now listen, wait, supposing he ran.
Well, in that case, Astracania is only 3 miles away.
What's Perkins doing heading for Astracania when Perkins was looking forward to heading for Bermuda?
Oh, didn't I tell you?
No, but nobody tells Perkins nothing. No time, not place, no word, or no, not how, I'll tell you.
Well, never let it not be said that I've no time, not told you nothing about what's not happening.
No one, not necessarily said not that, not neither, I'll tell you.
Be that as it may. Now, you may recall, a week or so ago, that the Astracanian Navy flagship docked alongside us at Portsmouth. And, by the merest coincidence, after they'd refueled, revictualled, and reloaded their ammo locker and sailed off, Whitehall discovered that our HGM Mark V had gone missing.
Humgrummet pinchers.
And in their wisdom, their lordships have selected Troutbridge from the entire flotilla to be the ship most capable of snatching back the HGM from the jaws of what we must now consider to be the enemy.
Allow me. She was absolutely right.
Who was?
Samantha, when she said there'll be bombs and bullets and shells everywhere with a constant hail of depth charges, mines, and pom-pom guns ripping through the steel of our ship and our human flesh with the decks awash with broken bones and gore. I don't think I want to go.
Too late, Mr. Fanshawe. We're already here.
Now, full astern both.
Full astern both with the utmost pleasure it is, sir.
Forget it. Bridge, Captain speaking.
Starboard lookout here, sir.
Your dear little fatso chatting. I'm glad I caught you when you were in.
Oh, what is it, Johnson? I'm terribly busy at the moment.
Oh, not as busy as you're going to be soon, sir. Maybe none of your little sharp eyes has seen, and as you've been so busy chatting among yourselves instead of to sharp-eyed looking out little fatso, you haven't seen a great, mighty mouse Astracanian gunboat rushing at us quickly with all its guns pointing straight at us. And I don't think they want to borrow a cup of sugar either. I want my mammy.
What was that? Gun crew, stand by. Gun crew, load and prepare fire.
Sir?
What is it?
Fire what? At who?
Oh, shells, of course, at the enemy.
Oh, that's going to be a bit tricksome, sir. Enemy we've got one of, yes, sir, you're right. But shells we've got none of, sir.
What?
All we've got in the ammo lockers, sir, is a fat lot of Echo, and one large wooden crate marked radio-controlled Humgrummet missile Mark 5, top secret this side up. Now, my mum Min grows Humgrummets, and though they make delicious cakeys and puds, they don't make radio-controlled missiles.
Full stand back.
Full stand out for the greatest alacrimititicusitis.
No, we are not beaten yet. Gun crew, load the Humgrummet missile Mark 5, bed fire. Perkins.
Oh, sir.
Pass me the loud hailer. I'll teach those Astracanian types that Britain still rules the waves. Ahoy there, enemy! I give you fair warning that if you don't give us free passage, I shall order my gun crew to open fire and blow you out of the waters. That settles it. If they want to play it rough, so be it. Chiefy, fire!
What's that got to do with radio control?
Oh, tell me it stopped. What's it doing hanging about up there?
Perhaps it's waiting for the next instructions to tell it where to go.
Quiet, Mr. Fanshawe.
Everybody down!
Right. There's only one thing to do.
And we know what
that
it is.
Full
stand out and back to Pompey!
Ransom Select, multi-filter mild. So smooth, so mild, so satisfying. Ransom Select, the world's first multi-filter king-size cigarette.
You don't understand. We had to fire it. We had nothing else in our ammunition lockers.
A thin excuse. Driving off backward in the face of the enemy is showing the white feather, as any patriotic Englishman knows. If I have my way, you'll all be dismissed from the service.
Here we go again. Another chance to count the telegraph poles on the way up to Whitehall.
Do you realize that through your cowardice, you have ruined the career of Professor Helen Gilmoyer?
Yes, you drowned my little Humgrummet. The government paid me for 5 years to make that.
Yeah, wait, no, steady, madam. No, wait, look, all we did was to fire something that went... Splish, splosh, clag, all gone. That's all we did.
Now, look here, Captain Purvey. Never mind cowardice. I lay the blame on you. And if not you, then the dockyard. You were the culprits who sent us to face the might of the entire Astracanian fleet with no ammo aboard, except for one lousy HGM Mark 5 that went... Splish, splosh, glug, all gone.
Oh, Captain Purvey, there's a gentleman from British Rail to see you. He says it's urgent.
British Rail? Oh, very well. Send him in.
My little Humgrummet, you've drowned it. My poor little Humgrummet, you've drowned.
As 'n verkoue u met al 5 ellendes tref en u het rus nodig, neem nuwe Vicks Medi-Night, die verkoue medisyne vir die nag. Vicks Medi-Night verlig al 5 die ergste verkoue ellendes in een, sodat u kan rus. Nuwe Vicks Medi-Night.
No matter what your goals are, you need to build money to achieve them. That's where the NBS comes in, because money building is our business. Whether it's for your everyday comforts or a future for your kids or security in your old age. And at NBS, we help you build your money with realistic savings plans, the kind that you personally can cope with, today and tomorrow. Find out just how much you can do for yourself. Join NBS, the Money Building Society.
Morning, all. Fred Ford. Claims debt, British Rail. I've a feeling we owe you an apology. It seems that on the morning of the 23rd inst, which is now out, our delivery debt was to deliver 28 crates of shells to HMS Trowbridge, a roll of carpet to a Mrs. R. Scrutton of Buxton, Derbs, and one HGM Mark V to Harwell, Erts.
Really, Mr. Ford, I fail to see what this has got to do with...
Excuse me, sir. If I may claim your attempt for 1 min, I too. Thanks to Brit Rail, Harwell copped the carpet, Trowbridge copped the humgrummet, and Mrs. R. Scrutton are stuck with wall-to-wall shells.
My word, this one's got a brain. We could do with him in our Where the Deuce Is It Gone debt.
Purdy, you great clown, where are those brave boys, Hardy and Fanshaw?
We're here, sir. Gosh, I wonder if he counted the telegraph poles all the way from Whitehall to Portsmouth.
Congratulations, both of you. You've saved us a considerable fortune in those wretched humgrummet missiles.
They drowned it. Years and years of work, and they drowned it. Oh, my...
If it hadn't have been for you, the Navy would have bought 1 million of those blasted things that go... Splish, splash, glug, 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 all gone. What a lot of gas.
That is a very nice. They work very well.
That was the Navy Lark, with an order of rank, Tom Leon, Frank Graham...